Welcome, welcome Tatiana to Dargeti website pages. It's a great pleasure to talk with you about the band, this new album, and more things relating to the heavy metal world. So, how are you feeling about the new album, the expectations, the welcome comments, and the beginning tours around for the next year? No.
Well, we are extremely excited, man. We're extremely excited to show our new creation to the whole world, and it's only it's gonna be like in 2 days. Am I right? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, because for the past I don't know, so 4 months, I've been listening to the album, and kind of like expecting the reaction, of our fans. So, and judging from the feedback to our latest two singles, yeah,
Yeah.
I really think that it's gonna be well received.
Okay.
I At least I hope so. Yeah.
Okay. Remembering the albums from the beginning, what kind of memories do you have when you look back in time and see what is Ginger nowadays?
Well, definitely it grew big. Even comparing to the very first year of us getting together, it was like in 2009, I think, approximately. But yeah, but there always some kind of knowledge in me. There had been a knowledge in me that we're gonna achieve success, big or small, but still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. So one thing that always came to my mind is what was when the band is growing since the first lineup and the last album, Wallflowers. What do you think about the people left the band during those years? Do you have a strong lineup nowadays? And if one member decides to leave the band these days, how will be the solutions for Ginger? No.
Oh man, well, everyone who happened to be in Ginger is still in my heart. Stay still in my heart because I don't know. We all were friends, and there was a very tight connection between us. And I have only good memories, and bright and very fun memories in my head, about those times. And everyone, of course, had good imprint in life of Ginger in the past. And I'm really happy and lucky to now to share uh, this journey, with the guys, with Vlad, Roman, and Eugene. And well, I cannot imagine if someone left the band, leave the band. If anything, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think I would be the first one. Yeah, but I don't really want to think about that because I don't really like to think about future, and I am a great overthinker, and it makes me all sweaty and anxious and worry and all that. So let's just enjoy the present moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So now now we focus on the new album Wallflowers, where Ginger's music mixes metalcore, djent, some trashy vibes. I feel this new album with new trashy vibes and of course the
Mm.
progressive elements there. So please explain me the composition process of this new album and what kind of exercise do you do for keeping your voice so complex? Because when I hear it for the first time to now, you have gospel influence, jazz influence, blues influence, growls, and more. Because your voice is very complex one. And when I talk
Mhm.
with friends, especially with my brother tell me this Tatiana is like a Amy Winehouse, but bad Amy Winehouse, the anger Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, well, well, first of all, the composition process is like this. So we basically like when the guys compose, when they work on this or that song, I'm not present. in the room. I don't see how it goes. And everyone everyone have their own have something to bring to the table. Like they all can work on guitar parts, for example, even Vlad, the drummer. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So they all bring riffs and stuff. By the way, what is one of the most special things about this new album is that most of the songs were composed by Vlad, the drummer, and it's kind of like a very fresh, like a fresh air. It was really interesting to see how it works in his head. How he sees music. And yeah, and when they finish composing, they record it, they send me demo version of a song, and then I start working on the lyrics. I listen to it for many many days and yeah, many times a day, and just to figure out the atmosphere, the vibe itself. So yeah, it takes me a lot of time to write a decent, a decent lyrics, and that's it. So when I work uh, with my voice, I don't really work because I just start singing without any warm up, basically. And well, I know it may sound weird, and maybe it's may sound wrong, but that's how I do it. I'm pretty lazy person, and it's really hard for me to find some kind of warm-ups that I can keep in my phone. No YouTube. Just like MP3
Okay.
or whatever. Like yeah, audio. With some warm-ups that I can train myself to, but I haven't yet found any because I haven't yet tried. And yeah, so what else? There are so many parts of the question that I think I
No,
didn't
no,
answer. So
you answer both. You
yeah,
answer both. The composition process and your voice. You try when your methods to maintain your
yeah,
excellent voice. So
yeah. So I just start singing, and by the end of the first song, I'm kind of like into the process. So my voice is already like cooked, and yeah, I'm ready to smash
uh, that
like other songs.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, usually the interviews goes to the composition process, the cover art, this kind of stuff. But I prefer to do some questions different because for me it's much better to speak with the artist and express yourself what you think about the album. No? So, in we will talk about the abstract topic, and this topic is perhaps do you hear the synesthesia matter or not?
Sorry, I don't know this
Yeah,
word.
okay. Well,
Synesthesia?
synesthesia means that when a person hears the music, feels and tastes and see the colors in the music. So
Oh yeah,
they
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
they
yeah. I got it because I know that it's synesthesia. It's
yeah.
in Russian, so it
Okay,
kind
okay.
of like sounds. Yeah, yeah.
And so
Well,
according to this matter, what are the colors? What are the colors and taste and flavors that the fans will find in these wallflowers?
yeah. Well, when we started working on the music video for Vortex, my idea was completely different from not completely different, but the color scheme of the music video was way different from what we got in the end. So as a result, like actually, we have this like very warm colored um, picture in Vortex. Like everything is just brownish, yellowish, and stuff. But I really, really uh, imagined everything to be like black and blue. You know. So for me, this song is black and blue totally. And
The
as
smells
for
and flavors.
Wallflower,
The smell and flavors.
yeah, yeah. And what else? Oh, you know, I'm not really. I don't connect. I don't have this type of talent to connect music with colors. You know, I don't like. Maybe I do, but I never thought about Ginger's music in this way. You know, but as for Vortex, yeah, I saw it like very blue, black, and white, maybe. Um, as for Vortex, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think I need to dedicate more time
Okay.
to think about this.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ginger is a band that keep growing up very fast compared to the other ones. For you, what is the most represented thing that Ginger has and the other band and the other band hasn't? Because many people in the world into this matter thinks when a band has and a female fronted is the essence from the music of the band. So, what do you think about this matter in general?
Yeah, yeah. Also like few years ago. I think I wrote some kind of like an interview for webzine, some or stuff like. I remember that I wrote like almost an article about this. You know, answering this question that and my main point is that well, a lot of bands invite females, girls, to sing, you know, because they think that it's gonna guarantee them huge success, you know. But I assure you that there are so many bands with good singers, you know, females, but it just doesn't work this way. And also, when it, well, it doesn't mean what kind of gender you are. You know, it's not your genitals that sing. You know,
Yeah.
it's you. It's your soul, and yeah, it's pretty much sexist. You know, even from the point of view of females. You know, they think that yeah, it's, I'm definitely gonna go for it because well, you see, as an example, like Arch Enemy or like Luna Coil, for example, they are huge, you know, because they have females. No, just because they have something special in them, you know. And first of all, like Ginger had a man. The first vocalist was a guy, and when I stepped up to the microphone in Ginger, I really looked like a guy too, because I didn't think about myself as a lady in metal. You know, I didn't think about that. I wore um, camouflaged shorts. You know, like a death metal head. You know, and I didn't even put my makeup on. You know, I totally looked like a tomboy. So yeah, I don't think that it's gonna guarantee you a lot of success like right away unless you work really hard and you have talents.
Okay, so what do you think about the publicity level? Because now, as you said, the publicity level is focused in a female fronted and a guitar front female and a drummer female, this kind of stuff. Because for the publicity level, it's more attractive for the media and the fans too as well. So what do you think of this advertisement focus mainly on the female bands in recent years? Is good or bad for the woman?
You know, I wouldn't agree with you because um, I mainly see like for example like such big platforms like metal platforms like Metal Injection or Loudwire. They don't talk that much about female bands, you know, unless they are famous. So I don't know. um, I don't think that it's a big news. Um, really, I don't know what kind of like who posts this information. I don't know because I don't see a lot of female bands Well, I do, but uh, not everyone just talks about them. That's the thing.
Well. Until here, we spoke about about these kind of matters, and now we will talk about your next tour here in Latin America and the reasons we will remember tomorrow. And with this, we will remember your was how was your first tour here in Latin America. How was the reception of the bands in each country? Any special memory do you want to share with the fans and readers at Dargetic? Maybe an experience and a big experience here in Peru.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the first tour was tough and great at the same time because I the whole my life, not the half of my life, I really wanted to go to Latin America because I was a big fan, and visiting all the countries as was like a dream come true for me. And the tour was crazy, and I didn't know how many people really loved Ginger at the time, and we were still like kind of a small band, and the one thing, a funny thing, was that I remember that somewhere in Brazil, when we after the show we went to our well, not after the show, but I remember that we were in our bus, and there was a fangirl there who approached the bus, and she licked the the window where Eugene sat behind this window. So she started licking. That was crazy. There were a lot of things. I remember that cops somewhere, really don't remember. Maybe it was Mexico, but I don't remember. Somewhere there, cops stopped us, and they took all our merch, all of our boxes, and they left us with no merch at all. That was crazy too. And I don't know. There's so many things, and so many countries that we visited. So yeah,
Okay.
um,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Basically, there's so many concerts that I start like forgetting a
Okay,
lot
okay,
of
okay.
things.
So now
Yeah.
we'll speak about your last tour here in Latin America. You play in the Heaven and Hell at 2020, where you played Sunday, and you was the one of the headliners there because we received many information. I was there. I was there in the Heaven and Hell, and I received many cancellations for these COVID situations of the bands around the world to present there. So how did it feel there to be a headline in an unexpected way? And what are your memories from those moments in the world? Because the pandemic was starting in the whole world. Latin America's closed all borders at that time. So what do you remember of this?
Yeah.
Heaven and Hell was the last big festivals in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when we traveled throughout Latin America. Well, at least those countries that we managed to visit, and they closed their borders right after our like behind our backs, so we basically were escaping the lockdown, constantly. And when we ended up in Mexico and we were on our way to the festival itself, we got to know that, well, it happens, but like the festival happens, like today's show happens, but the rest of the tour is canceled, and we were, damn it, it's crazy, crazy, because we've traveled from Australia to Latin America. That's a huge travel, huge trip, and yeah, we were kind of bumped, very much bumped. And I remember the weather, like, was getting shittier, you know, and it got colder. And I prepared my Mexican dress, to
Yeah.
perform. I was, damn it. And yeah, well, I I don't think that it was deserved that we were headliners, you know. Obviously, it's a fact because a lot of bands they just canceled their um, participation in this festival, and I was bummed. And I remember I tried to cheer up myself right on the stage and cheer up the people, but they were kind of like already like they couldn't figure out what was going on, you know, what to expect, and yeah, very weird evening
Yes,
it
yes,
was.
for all. That's a very
Yeah, plus yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So until here we spoke about the band, the tour, the album, the things relating to the Ginger. So now we will speak about, as I said in the first question, that we will talk about the things related to the heavy metal scene. Perhaps as when you grow up as a metalhead since the beginning, you hear a lot this thing, the underground movement and the mainstream movement, because here and especially I think around the world the underground movement is represented by the vinyl and tape. This is the better way to collect the bands, the vinyl and tape. And the CD, according to these kind of fans, the CD just is just for the collection. No, it's not a big matter. Just it's much better the CD, the vinyl and tape. So what do you think about this new movement on this revival of the vinyl and tape, and where is located the digital platforms, because this question is very important. Is it now an underground movement or a mainstream movement? Because if you remember in the 80s and the 90s, then the old ways to hear new bands, to know new bands, is the tape trading. So but now is the digital platforms. It's a format like the underground on the mainstream subject.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know I hate this digital age. I really want to. I'm an old soul, and I really I would love to live somewhere in the 70s, you know, or 80s, or at least like to become a musician in early 90s. And I myself collected tapes when I was younger. I did have a vinyl player, but I I only had vinyls from my father. You know, my father had like very small collection, and the heaviest thing that he had in his collection was, I think, maybe Pink Floyd, Deep Purple, and a lot of Beatles. And yeah, as I was a kid of 90s, so my age was just like all about tapes. And yeah, I collected them. I didn't buy anything because I didn't have money, you know, because I was young, you know. And but my father taught me how to do copies. So I did a lot of copies and I listened to them all the time. And then I discovered, and then when I got uh, older, when I was a teenager, um, I loved to have CDs, you know. And then when I started buying albums, you know, on CDs, because my father presented me with acoustic system, you know, that had tapes and a CD player, and also like a portable CD player. So I was very happy. But now, since I don't have a CD player anymore, and my two laptops they don't have a CD changer, so I don't listen to CDs anymore, and I'm really bummed when people give me presents as a CD of my favorite band, for example, one of my favorite bands that I used to listen to, and it's like, damn it, I cannot even listen to it. So yeah, but I myself now I like also my guys from Ginger a few years ago they gave me a vinyl player and as a present also for my birthday. So now I start to collect the vinyls too. So I love this. If it's a movement, okay, I'm enjoying it. I'm joining it. You know,
Great.
because it's always it's kind of like a fetish. You know, it's so good to have it. You know, the physical copy is very valuable. You know, there you can collect uh, autographs or anything, and I don't know, like it's a really cool thing to have. I don't like uh, digital copies. I mean, like if you're buying an album on like iTunes or whenever, it's just like something that I don't
Empty.
know.
Yeah.
It's like something in the air. You
Yeah.
cannot touch it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, into this matter, another detail is about the listening methods of the fans because this new generation prefers to hear the music in the digital platforms with one, two, three, what maximum four songs, and they select the singles of one band. So, what do you think about the albums? Doesn't have the same impact compared to the 80s and 90s. And what are your solutions to improve or to encourage the listeners of souls in an album?
Um, I just came up with an idea, like with an image. When people just collect singles of the songs of the bands and albums, I used to do this too. I used to make compilations and listen it was cool, really. And but after that, I tried to find these bands. I grew up um, in those years when I didn't have internet, so I didn't know where to get those bands. Like first, like for example, Rage Against the Machine. No one even sold those albums in Ukraine. That time. Um, so it was really hard to find. So I don't know how I managed to do that, but I collected like compilations of different genres like new metal or like thrash or reggae. And now, well, let's imagine. Well, now I don't know why people do this, because everything is so available, to you. You can reach out to any album of any band, and collecting only singles is just like collecting a car without wheels. You just have just one wheel,
Yeah.
and that's enough for you. Yeah, but you can collect a whole car, but the parts gonna be from different cars.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. Well, no, it's just up to you what you prefer to do. But for me, album is brings to you a really good idea, the whole idea of what an artist wants to tell you. Just one song is not enough to understand what the concept is of this or that band, or this or that album. So it's just like reading just one page of a novel, and just leaving it and starting reading to another novel, and some just one picture. It just makes no sense. The story is unfinished, so yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. Well, Tatiana, the sad times arrived at this interview. I hope you enjoyed this one as I did, and thank you very much for your time. Ginger is a great band to hear all the time with all albums and this kind of stuff. So, any last words or final words to all readers in Dargetic and fans here in Latin America that keeps waiting your return here.
Yes, of course. um because we were so devastated to stop our Latin American tour in 2020, and we really really wanted to continue that in last winter. Even we really had hopes, but it didn't happen again. So let's hope that the next year in 2021, no, sorry, 2022, yeah, we finally gonna accomplish this mission, and we're gonna see you in Peru, um, for instance. And yeah, let's remember our first time there, and I hope it's gonna be even better.